Now we're going to start off our Q&A. So before we get started, I would like Brother Chuan to send slides I sent to him through the WhatsApp group. Some of you are asking me those exact wordings under the Cāgānussati meditation, so he can forward that presentation to you so you can take a look. And we need someone to ask questions. Read the questions for me. I hope Brother Chuan is making that too. Oh, yeah. You want to take a seat on a cushion? Huh? You like to stand? So then you're going to take one of the mics here, both mics too. So the way how this works is that I'm going to answer the written questions first, and then we will be opening up the flow. At that point, you'll be picking up two mics, standard mic and the other mic for the... Yeah. Yes, please go ahead.
Bhante, how to let go and forget at the same time? Let go without forget, is that still considered let go?
How to let go without forgetting? I understand these are work of the same thing. Letting go means forgetting. It has forgetting part. Forgetting will happen when you do the actual proper process of letting go. As I said, you may need to forgive, and you know that it is important to forget. So it's a process. It's a part of the process. So letting go will happen as a consequence of that whole process, where forgetting is a part. And people don't like to forget because they have their own conditions. So those conditions will be better addressed when they truly understand why should I carry these things, and these questions I'm going to ask. And also I said try to live in the present moment by understanding the past, planning the future. So that also tells us there's another reason why I have to forget, right? So it is a process. Forgetting is happening within the process of letting go. So don't take it as two things. They are things that are happening within the process. Yes.
Bhante, what is the sutta that describes the three types of giver?
Oh, I have to find that for you. I will find that for you. Yes. Yes, perhaps I might find it from here. Let's see. If I could, otherwise I can. Yeah, I will keep you posted as we go. Yeah. Yes. Next question.
Is it true after enlightenment the Buddha did not ride an animal such as horse, elephants to show compassion towards animals?
Is it true? What?
Is it true after enlightenment the Buddha did not ride an animal such as horse, elephants to show compassion towards animals?
I didn't get the second part. Is it true after the enlightenment?
After enlightenment.
Yes.
The Buddha did not ride an animal such
Buddha
as...
did not?
Ride an animal. Like sit.
Ride.
Yeah, ride.
Okay, ride,
yeah,
right. R-I-D, yes, ride.
Yeah. Ride an animal such as horse, elephants to show compassion towards animals.
You're asking whether he did that or not?
Whether he did not ride an animal. Did he ride an animal or not?
Oh,
yeah.
We have no references for that. I mean, at that time there were no motorcades. So it is said that he used to walk, and we have no sources that he used. But normally in the Vinaya, what I know is that there was a certain rule for the monks not to sit on a cart where the female animals are carrying. But that's not going to work, you know. You get into a flight, the two pilots are females. I mean, well, I mean, all the crew is female too. I mean, they are not going to make sense in today's world because they were only good for at that time. So we don't find such references. He didn't want to ride. He used to walk. That's what we heard. We see. Yeah.
Okay. Next is, what can a mother do to help the depression son other than seeing a psychiatrist?
Okay, that's interesting. Well, it's a very case-specific situation. We don't know the level and the scenario of that son, and maybe how bad, how severe is the situation, what is the communication level, how is the dealing level, what is the level of the medications that he is going to be on. So it's a very case-specific thing. I could say overall, well, number one is that you know that he is under medication, he's not a normal son. Perhaps you are going to, well, to be patient when you are dealing with him, definitely, and with the doctor's prescriptions, doctor's advices, if it is possible for him to talk to a spiritual person to see whether it can work too. Sometimes doctors are not going back to the cause, they are only trying to cover the symptoms, you know. They are always saying that this is happening because there is an imbalance of the neurochemicals, cortisol and all that. Perhaps if the son could talk to a spiritual person, he or she might take to the cause. Buddhism is all about causes. We are in a situation as a consequence of a cause. So why is he depressed? And perhaps there may be different ways to look at it. Maybe getting him to go to a place like that, but don't know whether he likes that idea. But there may be certain things that mother can do other than being patient, trying to understand, minimize the hassle, minimize his impact on himself, and then and then talking to son as a friend, not always maintaining that parental boundary. Yeah, so it's a case-specific thing. Definitely, she can look for a different approach. I think a spiritual approach can be better too. Can we take the questions after? Is that okay? Follow-up question? Please keep that question. Are you the one who asked the question? Yes. Okay, please go ahead. What's that? Genetically. Okay. Are you asking genetics? Does genetics matter for depression? I'm not a psychologist because I don't want to talk for psychology, but in my understanding, well, we don't know depression is coming from the past, but past trauma can come to us through sansaric life. Past trauma, let's say someone dies from a trauma, that person carries that negativity into the next life. It can happen. But if you look at it from a medical point of view, they may look at it differently. They don't connect to the past life. You know, they are more towards experimental side, empirical side. So yes, past trauma can come to us. You know, yeah, it can, it may. Yes.
Bhante, you mentioned if donate to cat or dog, that means 100,000 lifetimes of merit, whereas virtuous people is more than 100,000 lifetimes. But isn't this encouraging expectations?
No, I was not trying to encourage you. I was telling you what was in the sutta. That is not what I suggested. What I suggested at the end was try to grab the opportunities. Right? That's what I said. I didn't say that was what the Buddha said to Velama Brahmin. And some people use it to create donation projects nowadays. If you see some of the people, they are using this sutta to create donations. Yeah, they do. They put that big poster from Velama Sutta, give it to this place. You are creating more karma. So my understanding is that although there are certain levels like that, we should not bring our dāna to that cheap level, only thinking those things. Although we appreciate. I don't know whether we donate to the cat or we feed the cat. Maybe we feed the cat. We don't donate to the cat. We feed cats, we feed animals, we feed dogs, we feed any animal that we can feed. So it's a good thing. I'm not saying that is the idea that I say. At the end I said, treat all these as opportunities. Grab the opportunity. Never say this is better than the other one. This is lower than the other one. That is not the Buddhist way. So try to be creative in your generosity. So you bring dāna into Cāgā.
We have two questions here from the same person. Do we want to give dāna to monk who accepted cash during his alms round? That's the first question. And second is, one constantly get help and later feels that it's his entitlement. Is such giving good?
I will answer the question number one first. Well, it is a conditional question. I mean, donating money into the alms bowl. There are so many bogus, fake monks going everywhere in the world, in many major cities. When devotees are trying to donate some food, no food, just money only, right? This can happen. So, and you know what is good at that time. I think you don't have to go for a professional advice for that. That's number one. Number two is that in today's world, monastic life has evolved. And we are not, I'm not saying that they need money, but you know that they have requirements and they can't tell you everything that they need, right? So the thing is that the problem is money. What is money? It is currency, it is paper bills, is it coins, is it a credit card, is it a digital wallet, is it a debenture, is it a will? So this is a question. So what we know during the Buddha's time was that Buddha asked monks not to accept gold, diamond and silver, jata, rupa, rajata. The reason was monks had no bags, backpacks, bags, anything. They were not living in one temple. They were in a mobile journey, so they have to be mobilized from one place to another place. The only time a monk stayed in a temple was Vassa time. That was also not the Buddha's idea, because Jain monks, the Niganta monks, stayed in one place for 3 months. So people pressurized the Buddha, your monks are going for Pindapata things all the time. 24, 365, that's not nice. Ask them to stay in a place and then focus on one group of people. That was what happened at the request of some of the devotees influenced by Jains, the Niganta philosophy. Then Buddha said, okay, no problem, so I will let them stay in one place. So what we understand is monks didn't have a system that they keep rooms, wardrobes, apartments, temples, right? And then the only thing they had was alms bowl. This was the alms bowl that was not only used for Pindapata, this is the same thing they used to take showers. Yes. Wherever they go, they drew water, they took water from that alms bowl. So it was kind of a multi-purpose tool. So then the Buddha understood if monks are going to accept gold, diamond, silver, they are going to carry from the alms bowl, they will be attacked by the looters on the road. And they were attacked by some of them, and some of them were killed by the brigands, like Angulimal type people, because they were walking on the road, right? That's one of the reasons the Buddha asked monks not to accept gold, diamond, silver. But then there's a problem here. If Sangha members going to be craving for the money, that could be a problem, clinging to the money. That has to be addressed as a self-discipline. But on the other hand, what is money in today's world? Money is not anymore cash. Things now in this present society, things are going to be cashless. So what is it? A monk is to use a touch and go card, a digital wallet card, mobile wallet, right? The thing is that I'm not using paper bills, gold, coin, anything. So that means we looking at it from a different angle. If they are not going to cling to the what you call money and other things, that should be okay. But they may have their own expenses, which I don't think they should bug the devotees. So if they know how to deal with the money, that should be okay. But I don't think that you should drop money into their alms bowl. Alms bowl is there for pindapata for the most part. So that's not a good idea. I mean, if you can ask, for other things. A second question was the other part.
Second question was, one constantly get help and later feel that was his entitlement. Is such giving good? One constantly get help.
Can you rephrase the question? Yeah.
I'll just repeat one more time. One constantly get help and later feel that was his entitlement.
Okay.
Is such giving good?
Okay, this is happening. Like when sometimes we help other people, they take it for granted and they think that it is my entitlement to get your help. That's why the Buddha said, any good thing, dāna, sīla, bhavana, mettā, karuna, mudita, upekkha, must be practiced with wisdom. That is exactly our topic for the Q&A, blind giving and wise generosity. This is blind giving, I tell you. That means when you, say for instance, you can help a lot, but you are not doing everything at the same time. So other person will feel spoiled by you. Sometimes you spoil people a lot and they expect you a lot. So when you're going to be back on the track, they are going to bug you again. How come you did help me in the past? You should have done more and more now. You are the one who spoiled that person. That means your dāna, generosity, must be done with wisdom, right? Don't try to give everything right away, right? So you are the one who is making that person feel I am entitled to your help, right? So it's up to you. So then try to give, try to donate something with wisdom. How far I should be generous to this person? How far I should be generous to that kind of a thing, right? So it is the generosity you have to do with wisdom, right? Say for instance, you are going to a certain country where a lot of people there, and you are donating to one person, and just because you donated to one person, 100 people are trying to surround you. Now you can't go anywhere. They expect your thing. Then you are thinking, what is a good way to support all these people? At least couple of them. What is a better way to donate? Is there a better way for me to donate? So you have to think wisely about it, right? That is something you have to do. So then you are safe. Then you are donating. Those people don't feel that they are entitled to get something from you. They know whenever you can, you will donate, but we don't want to bother that person. But if you are going to be very generous, overly generous, then you will be definitely taken for granted by those people, and you are the one who make that. Right? Yeah.
Okay. The next question. What are the 16 types of feeling of Vedana meditation?
What are the?
Vedana, it says here. V-E-D-A-N-A.
Huh?
Oh, suppose Yedana. Okay. Maybe it's a Y-E-D-A-N-A. Yedana meditation.
16?
What are the 16 types of feeling?
No, I said chitta. Chitta, not Vedana. Yeah. So there are 16 type of thoughts under the Chitta-anupassana. Vedana only 9. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, there are 16 type of thoughts someone can use to practice third Satipatthana. If you can go to Satipatthana Sutta, you can see Saraga, Sadosa, Samoha, Vitaraga, Vitadosa, Vitamoha, Sankitta, Vikitta, Mahaggata, Amahaggata, Vimutti, Avimutti. There are 16. So the thing is that you won't go through all these thoughts. As you spiritually progress, some of the thoughts will come to you. They won't come to you. Maybe you will go through first 6. Because let's say you are not yet a person who has gone to jhanas, arupavachara jhanas, you won't get the Mahaggata Chitta. Let's say you are not yet enlightened, you will never get Vimutti Chitta. So it depends on what spiritually, how far you have gone on spiritual perspective and whatever. But anyways, you all have certain thoughts, even at this point, maybe 5 of them, 6 of them. So you can take one of them and then practice Satipatthana, looking at how that Lobha thought came to me, how that Lobha thought holds me back, right? So you can see the mechanism, function of that particular thought. So it's not Vedana, it's Chitta, 16 Chittas under Satipatthana Sutta. Vedana 9. No. Very interesting question. In Buddhism, certain Dhamma concepts have been described in 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways, 6 ways, 30 ways, 108 ways. Now think about tanha, craving. How many tanhas are there? Initially, how many cravings are there? Craving. Tanha, how many cravings are there? Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, 3. Kama tanha, craving about sensual pleasures. Bhava tanha, craving to become. And vibhava tanha, craving not to become. Like kind of a nihilism. The previous one being eternalism, this one nihilism. This is under the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Buddha's first sutta. But if you go to a sutta like Vibhanga Sutta, Samyutta Nikaya, where Buddha talks about Paටිsamuppada, 12 parts of causality, there Buddha says tanha is initially 6-fold. Rupa tanha, saddha tanha, craving with regard to what you see, craving with regard to what you hear, craving with regard to what you taste, smell, touch, think. So you see 3-fold tanha, 6-fold tanha. But when you see certain other suttas, you will find out tanha is going to be 108 types. Vedana initially 2, happy feeling and then unhappy feeling, sukha dukkha. Then it is going to be 3-fold. Sukha, happy feeling, unhappy feeling, and then neutral feeling, neither happy nor unhappy. And then in Satipatthana Sutta, worldly happy feeling and worldly unhappy feeling, worldly neutral feeling. Okay? Now there uses 3. And then unworldly or transcendental happy feeling, transcendental unhappy feeling, transcendental neutral feeling. That means happiness that an arahant is going to have, someone who is not an arahant going to have, could be different, and even a normal person is going to have very different. Yes. So Vedana is 9 type, and some places in Abhidhamma 108 feeling. So why did the Buddha classify these concepts in many numbers? It's because when different people come to learn from him, he knew this person needs more classifications. It's not that tanha is 108, tanha is 3 types. Vedana is only 3. But when different people come to learn from him, he had to classify, he had to make it in different ways. That's the reason. So 16 thoughts.
Okay.
How
Next.
many more questions you got?
How many more?
Oh, looks like many. Yeah, please
Quite
go
a few.
ahead.
Quite a few actually.
Okay.
Easily 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6, 7 more.
Okay, now,
Yeah. All right.
please.
Next question. Bhante said the purpose of meditation is not peace but wisdom. I thought the purpose of meditation is to gain insight. What is the difference?
Purpose of the meditation is not
Is to gain insight, INSIGHT.
wisdom. I think you have framed that way. I said purpose of the spiritual path is wisdom.
So you said, what's the difference according to this?
There's a huge difference because we are all trying to be wise. Right? That wisdom is at the end taken as peace. Right? Because peace is also manifold, right? Insight and wisdom, yeah. Yes. Insight is the functional nature of wisdom. The function of wisdom is insight. That means insight means being able to see things as they are. Now we see things as we are. So the functional nature of wisdom is being able to see things as they are, as they come to be. So that is the nature of panya. Insight is the function of the wisdom. So they are not two things. So later on what happened, there is a Pali word we find out, vipassana. But we normally don't find this in the early Majjhima Nikaya suttas as vipassana as a meditation. Buddha said it's only satipatthanas and samma sati. But in Anguttara Nikaya we find out samatha vipassana as two meditations. And later on in 18th, 19th century, Burmese traditions under the support of Sayadaws, they invented this as a meditation. Right? But we don't find it as a meditation in the early texts. Actually, it was happened because by that time Burma was under colonization. So if you look at the books written by monks and other people, they were mostly about addressing Western concept, Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, or maybe the books that were about Light of Asia written by Sir Edwin Arnold. Maybe some of those groundbreaking books, actually they were mostly about scientific research. Now if you look at even in Sri Lanka, the books that were written by monks in between 19th century 1900 and in 48 when Sri Lanka gained independence from the British. Most books are not about Pali Suttas. They were about how to address Christianity, how to address catechism, how to address the evil, how to address the sin. So the reason was that monks and all these people were trying to defend their point of view from the colonizers. So Vipassana movement was one of the big movements to address colonization. But then what happened, it became the main meditation because Sri Lankan tradition does not encourage meditation a lot. Sri Lanka is always trying to focus on Sutta and Abhidhamma for the most part. So the only meditation tradition came from Burmese tradition. But unfortunately it was that solution to the colonization. So they were not able to pick up from the Satipatthana Suttas, the meditation style. So what I can say is that the question was that is insight and wisdom two things? No, they are they are in the process. I mean, wisdom is our goal and the function of the wisdom is insight. So as long as we don't have the insight, we will never have the wisdom. Yes. So peace is everything. What will happen to you finally is that peace. When you have the wisdom, you are in peace. Yeah. So these are things to understand separately. Now think about Mettā Sutta. In the Mettā Sutta, Buddha says, Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamecha. Santam padang, santi, that means peace. Those who want to go to the peace, that means nibbana, means wisdom. So that's how we have to separate out.
Okay. Next question. To practice Cāgānussati meditation, should we focus on our dāna act and examine if it's dāna or cāgā?
Yeah, that's the problem now here. Now, even I say those Cāgānussati meditation transcript, I think you must have got it from Brother Chuan, right? He is going to send you, so you can look at it, because we have to send to them before next item, because they're going to practice Cāgānussati. So you will see my transcript. So the thing here is that I was looking at an ideal situation where you gave a dāna. I don't think that you gave dāna all the time with Cāgā. I know that. But ideally speaking, when you given a dāna, what if you had given it in the Cāgā way, so you can easily reflect that moment. Let's say you haven't been able to do it, then you are thinking that next time I am going to offer a dāna, material dāna, spiritual and emotional, I am going to let go of the clinging, craving, and any other things which we discuss. So that is how we are going to look at it. I think when you get the transcript, you will be able to see it clearly. Yeah, through WhatsApp.
Okay. In doing Cāgānussati, how do we practice the letting go of the emotional aspect systematically?
Doing Cāgānussati, how do we?
Yeah, in doing Cāgānussati, how do we practice the letting go of the emotional aspect systematically?
Systematically. I don't know how, to what point you are talking system. System is such a very, you see it as an empirical word, but I think you are asking formally, how to formally practice, how to properly practice it. So it depends on how you do it. So say for instance, I am asking you, are you practicing Pānātipāta Veramani? Pānātipāta Veramani, the first precept, I don't kill any being, right? So how do you practice systematically that? Tell me. Let's say you are in the pest control industry. You are a soldier. You are in a lab where you have to experiment rats, cockroaches and all these animals. How do you practice it? So that means sometimes these precepts are being practiced according to one's own conditions. There is no systematic way. That is, you are creating your own systematic way. But there may be someone who will be practicing very carefully. Just like how we know Sotapannas are very careful even not to make a slight mistake. Sotapannas. They are very careful even to kill an ant. Right? So I think if you say that is systematic, then that will be good. But we are now living in the 21st century, so we have different situations, things have evolved. So you create your own formal process of practicing. So if you ask me a formal way, the way how I taught you through the transcript, that is the formal way to practice. But if you are asking me whether is it really happening in your life, that is depending upon your conditions and how you make it. Yeah. Emotional giving. Emotional giving. What kind of emotional giving? Yes. No, I mean under emotional giving, what kind of emotional giving? Any
because the
example
question mentioned letting go of the emotional aspect.
Emotional aspect.
Yeah, specifically the emotional aspect of when you are doing Cāgānussati.
Okay, what I gave as examples was, I think, forgiveness is one thing, and then also patience was one of the things. Love that you're having for other people, time, attention. Let's say time. This was one of the very important things. Somebody here said to me, time that you spend for the children. Now children have grown up. They are in their own life. I don't know whether they are really taking care of you or not. It doesn't matter because you are supposed to practice Cāgānussati, yeah? Right? You have raised them, nurtured them. Now it's up to you to go on whatever the path. If you take care of me, that's a bonus. Don't make it as an entitlement, you know. I'm entitled to get your support, right? So you are thinking, yes, as a mother, it was our choice to do it. Husband and wife, they raised a child. Now they're grown up. They are in their own worlds, with their own people. So you are going to let go of the time. How are you going to do it? You are going to think about the time that you had a certain craving, kind of a strong emotional attachment in a different way. I have to let it go because we cannot expect beneficiaries of our time, attention to do like that. If they want to do, that is a different thing, but I don't expect that. So I think the way how you think about it, the way how you're going to make it happen will be your own formal way. If you ask from 3 families, 3 parents about how you look at the time you given to your children, I think they will tell you different 3 things. But they are doing in their own way, right? They might look at it in their own way. So I think all are okay, as long as you work on it. So there will be the formal process. Otherwise, there is no one what do you call, universal size. Everybody can wear, right? There is no universal size, universal way to do it. That means they will be different looking at it. What is more important is that you are trying to look at it differently than how you looked at it. Yeah, so that's how it looks like, you know. I remember there was a story some time ago. There was a mother who was asking young daughter who is barely making her minimum, and she understood that daughter has no money to take care of her in case she was admitted to hospital, and she was overly getting her to think about, you know, how are you going to pay my medical costs one day if I go to a hospital? Perhaps you may have to do unnecessary things. You may have to do it. You have to take care of me. And we are actually going beyond this kind of thinking. And mother, father, by choice, they made the child. And then I think it's a very good example, very good thing to practice Caga, emotional giving with regard to the children. Right? I'm very happy I could do it, but I don't expect anything out of that. My only expectation is, may you be well and happy. I will support as long as I live, but I don't think that you must do it for us, right? Because you are not living from Western perspective. By 18, 19, get out of the house. You go and work in the McDonald's, make your pocket money. We're not going to spend money for you. That is for our savings, right? We don't have that attitude, the Western attitude. That might work in the Western world. But here, what we understand is that I think different people are practicing this differently. So there's no formal way. I think the way how you are comfortable practicing will be your formal way. You just fine-tune that practice over time. Yeah.
Example of giving or donation. Must it be tied to Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha only? Giving support or advice for free. Can this be considered as giving? For example, St. John Ambulance Society. Another, donation to the less fortunate. Can be considered donation or dāna?
So what are you asking is, what is better? So as Buddhists, we are not looking for better beneficiaries. Buddhists are supposed to grab the opportunity of being generous. Grab it. If it is St. John, if it is Red Cross, if it is UN, if it is relief funds, you grab the opportunity, right? Not that you are hiding the money for the better. I mean, of course, there are people. Let's say you want to donate to earthquake in one country. So you are looking for one particular very big organization, a giant, and you know that when you donate 1,000 ringgit, 200 ringgit will be deducted for the admin cost. And you are thinking a small charity, your whole 1000 will be utilized for the earthquake people. That would be a good idea, I mean. But that small organization may not be able to do the outreach just like the big organization. They have all the support system, right? So it's depending upon you, how you want to donate that. So what I'm saying is that grab the opportunities of being generous, not cherry pick the opportunities. If you cherry pick, you are not giving with mettā. You are giving with preferences. That's where you mess up your dāna practice. Your dāna will never go to Cāgā level. Your dāna will remain as dāna forever. Yeah.
Okay. Is Cāgānussati under samatha? If so, what is the objective of meditation?
Is Cāgānussati under samatha?
Yeah. The question here is Cāgānussati under samatha?
So my question is, why do we have to put into samatha? Who said that every meditation is a part of samatha? Samatha is a Hindu meditation. These are not, you can't single them out as samatha or vipassana. In Buddhism, all meditations carry a calmness part and a vipassana part. You can't separate them out. Now I tell you one very interesting example. You take ānāpānasati meditation or any meditation given in Satipatthana Sutta. Buddha is giving first part as samatha part, what you call calmness part, second part as vipassana part. How to look at it? Now ānāpānasati meditation, the Buddha says, when you practice ānāpānasati, you need to calm yourself. That calmness is what is happening when you look at long, short and all these breaths and all that. Then the Buddha asks you to practice it in different ways. That is the vipassana part. If you want to call it, I don't call it vipassana part. I call it insight part. You can't make it vipassana because Buddha never used vipassana for satipatthanas. You can call it in your own way, right? So what Buddha said was ajjatta bahiddha. The Buddha said, practice ānāpānasati internally. What is it? I watch my own breath, right? That is happening. Bahiddhava. Then he asks us to practice ānāpānasati externally. What is that? That means I stop watching my breath, I just watch how other people breathe. Actually, somebody did in one of my very, very past retreats. He said, I was trying to practice breath, but I couldn't catch the third one. I said, what do you mean by that? No, I was trying to feel how the other person's breath going on. He was having wheeze, I think, that day, asthma. And then I said, this is not what we say here externally. Externally mean when you know that you are watching your breath, in the next moment you are thinking this is a universal experience. Everybody else is having the same breath just like me. That is externally. What is it? It is called externally. That means inside part. Why did the Buddha say that? The Buddha knew when people practice meditation, there's a high chance of people getting ended up with selfishness. That's why he said, don't think that you are the only person who is breathing and you are going through that, your internal practice. You also have to universalize every sentient being in their own way, feeling the breath. Vayodhatu. And then he's talking a lot of things. Right? So we don't need to call Cāgānussati as samatha. Actually, Cāgā has calmness part. As Mahanama Sutta says, when you say, for instance, emotional giving. Now you think about one moment where you did the emotional giving. You've been loving someone very deeply, and then things have been rocky, and then suddenly something happened. Or maybe it was a love-hate relationship, one day loving and next day hating each other, right? This was there for many years. Anyways, you are looking at your part, not the other person's part. You are thinking that I don't have any problem with regard to that particular relationship or your marriage. or maybe other thing, because I look at it in a way that I don't think that I'm entitled to blame the other person. So you are trying to let go that way. So once you think that I want to let go, a drop of happiness is coming to you. Some kind of light-heartedness is going to arise within you. I think that is calmness part. You call it samatha part. But now you have to do something for that, because negative memory is there yet. So you need to either forgive, you need to either forgive, or maybe be patient to look at it. That part is insight part. So we cannot label it as samatha vipassana. We don't have to do that classification. That was a very later classification in the Buddhist history. What I say is every early Buddhist meditation has calmness part and insight part. Cāgānussati covers all that.
Okay. In Dhammapada, Devadatta pushed the rock to kill the Buddha. In Dhammapada, we know the Buddha surveyed the world using his divine eye. Surely the Buddha could see Devadatta's action. The question, why did the Buddha still travel the route where Devadatta was waiting for him?
Okay, I think you look at it from a way how you feel it. You know, when you have a safety issue, you can be the target anytime from anybody. Actually, this particular incident was a very random incident. Some people call it as a karma. Anyways, it is said that once Devadatta pushed through the stone, and a splint of that another stone spark, and then it went to the Buddha's body, and then Jivaka, Buddha's personal doctor, and others were trying to rush him to the treatments. But what happened was that the Buddha, nobody can attack the Buddha actually, nobody can kill the Buddha, definitely. That there is definitely, he has immunity from the Devas, Brahmas, they have the support, they have security. But this particular incident was such a very lonely attack that we see, and different texts report differently. You know, some texts say Buddha was safe. Some texts say he was wounded, right? So there are different texts reporting differently. So if we don't know the story properly, we cannot have an unnecessary fear that Buddha will be attacked by Devadatta again. So Devadatta cannot attack, or nobody can attack the Buddha actually. But the story has some misinformation, different information at different times. Yeah.
This is the final question. To be a bhikkhu, is it by choice or fate? To be born next life, same question. Is it by choice or by fate to be a
in order
bhikkhu?
For becoming a monk?
Or to be born next life. That's what it says here.
What is the question?
Maybe the person who asked the question can provide clarification.
Perhaps I can take a look.
Okay, sure.
I can support that person. Whoever. To be a bhikkhu and bhikkhuni, is it by choice or by fate? To be born next life? Same question. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay.
I think
I will take it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. So I think that in order for become a long-term monk, that particular person must have practice in the samsara. That is my belief. So especially for someone to become a monk at a very young age. Now I became a monk when I was 12 years old. Yes, that was 1997. You know my age. So yes, so Well, I think looking at almost 28 years back then, it was a different time. And I think, yes, initially it is a choice, pestering parents to become a monk, but then understanding that this is what I wanted in my life. So definitely that what I wanted part comes from, I think, to be honest, from past life. I don't think that you know, to be in the monkhood for long, it could be going just by the choice. Then you just read some Dhamma books, and then you go to a vihara and then ask monks to become a monk, and you might not survive after some time, because it's not just the books that you study to become a monk. You have to be patient, you have to work with other monks, you have to be under a teacher, mentor. It's a whole bunch of things. Understand, it's much more than novitiate program. Much, double, quadruple than the novitiate program. The weight, especially to become, how to say, you can't say a career monk, but I would say a monk who became a monk at a very small age. So, say for instance, in my university there were 32 monks with me, the government university. 30 monks they left, they disrobed. So, I mean, they are very brilliant, bright monks, so they can't otherwise come to the university for their own reasons. So that means it's very difficult to stay, although you had the choice. So that's why I'm thinking definitely certain karmic factors must have influence to stay. So I would say it is a choice now. I don't think it's by fate. Nobody should be a monk by fate. If you don't like, you must go. I mean, nobody should be pressurized to stay as a monk. The next part, to be born next life. Same question. I mean, if you are asking what is the possibility to continuously become a monk? It might be. Yeah, it might be happening. Yeah. All right. So we have time now, almost 20 minutes. So, questions, real-time questions from the people who are not shy. Okay. So we have a mic over there. I think that gentleman has the mic. The both mics. Please raise your hand, and then Brother Chuan will. Yeah, okay. I think you asked the question already, right? Yes, and others too. Yeah. So you just turn the camera to the person. Turn the camera to the person. Okay, so first you, and then any others after that.
I stand in front of the mic, is it, Brother John? I stand in front of the mic. I stand in front of the mic.
Is it available in your timeline, in your Facebook timeline?
It was not clear to me. What is it? What? My talks? What talk?
All the talks that you are giving to all the devotees.
Mostly.
Yes.
Yeah. You think you are asking?
Is it available in your Facebook timeline? All the talks that you are giving to the devotees.
YouTube.
Yes.
For the most part. Yeah.
When you're traveling all over, is it available in your Facebook?
For the most
timeline?
part, because recently I've been very busy with my teaching, so normally they are on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's all I want to know. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, over here. Brother Chuan, I think you might be with the camera. Somebody else can help him. Yeah. Can someone volunteer? Okay. Right.
Hi, Bhante. My name is Lisa. I would like to ask about the Cāgānussati meditation.
we are supposed to reflect our dāna experience when we are doing the meditation, right? So if there's a very significant dāna experience that comes with Cāgā as well, a very good experience, when we do the meditation, can we always reflect the same experience over and over again?
You can.
Every time the same one?
Well, you can, but I think it is better to create more experiences. Now that means you done well in one experience. Yes, you can definitely take it as the object for the Cāgānussati. But then what about your other dāna experiences that are happening now, tomorrow, I mean the future? Are you going to make them to the same level, or will they become just dāna only?
Maybe in the beginning, not everybody has very significant experience. So
at the moment you can use that special experience for the meditation, but moving on you can make same experiences with dāna activities.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Because otherwise you have a very good experience, it's a very significant dāna Cāgā experience, but other dānas are happening only with dāna experience only. So then I think you question by yourself, you are self-critical about yourself, so that might disturb you. So better for the meditation, yes, that's enough, but moving on, better to create more experiences like that. No? That's
You mean, what is it? So, two. Okay. Bhante,
yeah.
this is regarding like running a center for monastics, the act of offering dāna in the proper manner. I just want to check whether we are making a mistake if we do something which we don't understand. Like for instance, for breakfast, if we offer, say, some cheese, is in the packet, and if this cheese is not used up, because sometimes it's in different packs, in the one packet of cheese, so if we put in the fridge, and the next morning, can we still use the other remaining cheese, packets of cheese, for the monastic, or is it considered as overnight food that we cannot offer?
So
it can apply to any food. I just use
the way
cheese.
I understand is that somebody is bringing a packet of cheese, whatever the cheese.
Say there are 12 packets in that.
Okay, packets.
12 pieces of cheese in there.
Yeah.
So
like triangular packets or something.
Yeah.
Now you are asking, on the first day breakfast you took 4 of them.
Yes.
There are 4 monks you offered, and you are asking, is it okay to offer the rest of the triangular cheese pockets on the next day?
Next day to the
so
same.
What is the problem?
To the same.
They are still in good condition. They are not in mint condition. They are in good condition.
Yeah, that's what I feel. But then there are some devotees.
Well, the thing is here. The thing is this. There may be a devotee in that group who might say, no, I want to buy a new one.
No, they didn't say that.
You want to buy, you go and buy. So it's okay. But there is no harm,
No harm, Not doing
they are
the
still
wrong
good.
thing.
They are within the expiry time, so should be good.
And individual packs.
Yeah.
So it is not like leftover.
No, I don't think so.
What about bread? Say the whole loaf of bread, homemade bread, and half of loaf is being used that day for that particular one monastic only, not a group of nuns. So can it be toasted again, the balance of the half loaf, and offered? Can it be done or not?
Now I have to know what the monastic thinks about it too. because you might just put them into practice next day when I say this, because I don't know what the monastic thinks about it. It depends on some monastics think differently, especially some monastics don't like to touch the food. Devotees have to go and then offer all the days. I mean, they have their own way. Sometimes they don't want to clean the seats by themselves, somebody has to clean them. Well, I mean, we have to adjust, in my understanding, we have to adjust. We don't want to bug devotees, it's something normal. You want to eat some apple, what is it with just cleaning the seats? But anyway, some monastics have their own way, so let's respect that too, because they are not used to that. So, well, I think you are talking about a sourdough or something, I mean.
Say again.
Sourdough bread or something you're putting in the freezer.
No, I can add any bread.
Any bread, okay.
Yeah,
well,
no, what I want to know is that are we breaking the Vinaya rules if we offer?
You can't break the Vinaya rule, they will break their Vinaya rule.
Sorry.
You are a layperson. Yeah, you are a layperson, so they will break, I mean, if something happens. So.
Oh, I see.
No, I think for a bread, I don't think we have to go that way.
Yeah.
I think better we buy a new one.
Yeah.
I think we don't need, I think you will never eat two, I think. So it's better to buy a new bread. But things like frozen stuff should be okay. Even though, because we treat monks, Sangha members little special, right?
Then
so better buy that one. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, the cartons of milk also cannot be reused. The next.
What's that?
The milk, say they buy a big carton of milk.
Milk also can be used, right?
Can be used.
If it is not expired?
No. But it's open already the day before.
Because it's you are talking a big carton, so should be okay.
Should be okay.
It's in the temple fridge, right?
Yeah.
So what's the problem? You are not bringing it to your house, so.
Yes. That's why That's why I also rationalize that way. It's not like saving it in the monastic's house. It's in the temple.
I think there should be a problem.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
But things like bread and those things are better to buy.
Okay.
So that's.
And Bhante, just now you mentioned about. I also forgot what and then somebody can ask something first.
Yeah. All right. Who else? Sometimes there are rules that monks have created. They have their own rules, not in the Vinaya. Yeah, because I tell you one very nice example before the next question. There was a real story we heard in 1940s or 50s. One British man went to Myanmar. Burma, right? At that time, Burma. And then he became a Burmese monk, and then he went back to England. So he was telling his friends, devotees, look for a place, prepare a place for me. So they could not afford like a house, so they found a flat, in England they call flat, no apartment. So then when he came in, he has thoroughly read about all the Vinaya rules, and he said, I cannot stay here. Why? Only one roof. Females are living in these flats, They say they are living in their own flats, so what's the problem? No, one roof. Oh, okay. Then they had a big problem in accommodating him, because they were trying to say they are living in their own flats. You are here, you have an apartment here. And then second was that he wanted to use public transportation at that time. So what happened, many days female drivers are in those double-decker public buses. So he can't use it, because Buddha said if a female driver is there, I cannot get in the bus. So they had to go through a lot of problems because of this issue. So the issue is that why you are demonizing women that much if you have your self-control? If you know who you are, what is the problem? Why we have to demonize your own practice? You are not going to touch them, right? Actually, if you get sick, they are the ones who are taking care of you in the hospitals. No man over there. At that time, nobody talks about Vinaya. It's about giving you the best treatment in the hospitals, private hospital, government hospitals. I remember same thing happened. I'm telling you some incidents. This incident was something that I really experienced. There was a situation. There was one Sangha member is coming from a faraway country to Canada. I was in the committee, the board at that time. And then the problem was that we having a retreat, 4-day retreat in the temple. We don't have a lot of spaces in the temple, so the place where we are living will be given to the males, and the retreat hall, part of the retreat hall will be given to the females. So what happened was that our Sangha, what you call, area is connected to the, it is annexed to the main hall where the females are living, yoginis are. So what happened, we got the same problem now. So a similar question came up. This was in not that long time ago, just 13-14 years ago. So the problem was that the Sangha member kept repeating through the Kappiya that I don't want to live here, stay here, because the females are connected to this building. So the question was that how did you come from Sri Lanka to Canada, 16, 17, 18 hours flight, one roof in the flight? What are you talking about it? You were in the business class. Maybe next to you is a Gulf airline, Middle East airline. You can't change the people, right? So maybe a lady next to you. That's why don't try to fool people. I mean, try to understand the practical sense. Vinaya has to be practiced according to the time, place. If you are self-disciplined, you should be okay. You are not going to live with in the apartment, flat. But these things have to be understood with some common sense and according to the situation. So you are good. Otherwise, I think we are trying to demonize people. That's not a good thing. Just because I want to feel good about my practice. I mean, why should I use other people to feel me good? So these are very practical stories that I can share with you. So we have to look at it that way. Yeah, okay. Other questions? So we have maybe 10 minutes. Oh, you got another question. Hopefully not about dāna. In the temple.
This time is about transportation.
Transportation.
As you mentioned.
I mentioned that too. Yes, just now.
What about, say the person has no kappiya, nobody following him or her, and they arrive at the airport, and they need to buy a rail or a bus ticket to the center that they are staying. They are not invited guests. She just come and he or she just come and stay in that place. That's often. So can we deposit if they don't have any credit card or my card or any card? How do we pay for the ticket for the train for him or her to come to the center?
You mean a monastic member?
Monastic. So
yeah, this is a very real question in today's world. Because
we cannot keep going to the airport to fetch the person, because sometimes there are more than one monastic coming. So this is a practical reason. How do we solve that?
Because when you are going through immigration and countries, you have to show that you have funds to satisfy whether you are a monk or whoever, right? I remember there was one incident that a Sangha member used to say that I don't use money. I mean, how much money you got? So I don't use money, right? So the problem was, and he had to stay in the immigration in another country for more than the time he flew to that country, 5, 6, 7 hours. So that's why if you don't respect the rules and regulations of traveling, you can't make your practice to the rules and regulations. I think better you don't travel. You stay in that country, right? So that's very important. I mean, to respect. But Buddha said, is a Vinaya rule. This is why many people don't read Vinaya properly. They look at it, one Vinaya rule, 2 rule, and then say, okay, this is it. Buddha said, Anujanami bhikkhave rajanang anuvattitum. Wherever you go, respect the culture, rules of that country. So then what? Then I think when traveling, I think there should be something. But the problem is, monks, most of them don't work. So how are they being sponsored? So I think there should be a different way to sponsor them. Maybe somebody has to take that role, right? There should something happen on their side. And especially traveling awareness, this is also something very important. I remember there was a very funny incident happened in Canada a long time ago. When I was in Canada, there was a monk came to Canada, and he was not very much conscious about English. You know, at that time you have to fill in the arrival card, now no more. So what happened, he put yes to all the questions. Are you bringing narcotics, drugs? Yes. Are you bringing firearms, ammunition? Yes. Are you bringing trees, plants and all meat? Yes. Happily going and land into the immigration custom officer. He was startled to see he got everything. He has, in his history of doing that, nobody has filled that yes to everything. So they were trying to ask questions he couldn't answer. So brought him to a room, and then they found out nothing. Maybe he doesn't know how to speak English. But finally, after 5, 6, 7 hours, he was able to come out of the immigration. And then the monk, who was one of our friends, he asked, "What happened to you?" And then he was suspecting something about the arrival card, which they couldn't address. He said, "What did you? How did you fill it?" "I put yes to all these things." "Why did you do that?" "Yes is better than no." So yeah, I mean, that means traveling awareness is important for a monk or a nun. I mean, otherwise they might be in big trouble, right? So I think hopefully someone can sponsor properly and then show that if they don't use credit cards. So yeah, they have to find out ways. But I think it's still difficult, in certain cases. Okay, so we can take last question if you have.
Bhante?
Yes, sure.
Layperson like us want to do meditation. The question is whether we should follow all forms or all types of meditation, or we just confine ourselves to one or two types of meditation.
It's a very important question for beginners as well, I think. What meditation should I practice? I think it's better, if you really want to single out a practice, it's better to meet a teacher. I recommend a good teacher who can guide you. But if you don't want to be very deep in the meditation, you just want a normal meditation, I think it's better to practice Ānāpānasati meditation, mini version of Ānāpānasati. So that is what I can say. In Buddhist teachings, it is said that different temperaments, characters need different meditations. That's a very important thing. Say for instance, if you are someone who has hypersexualistic ideas, you are hypersexualizing everything out there, social media and yourself, you have things that you can't control yourself, then Asubha meditation is the best for you. But that has to be granted to you by an experienced teacher. And don't do by yourself. I found one of the participants in one of my retreats, and she was given this Asubha. She was practicing Ānāpānasati before. Somebody changed that, and ever since that day, she was hating her family members. Why? She's always seen the skeleton, all these 32, 31 body parts. So for her, everybody is a Panchakanda, Panchakanda A, B, C, D, E, F. So I think she was trying to hate. She said, I'm not joining reunion dinners, New Year's, because I don't like company anymore. Okay. But she understands this is a problem to her. But she doesn't know how to quit this thing. She was asking what to do. I said, go back to Ānāpānasati and tell me in a few months. And she went. She said, now better. So Ānāpānasati is the common universal practice anybody can do as a mini meditation. So, but if you have that kind of extreme issues, then you have to see a proper teacher and then get the guidance. And what about you are a very angry character? For a small thing you become angry, then you need mettā more than other people. Right? You need mettā. So mettā is very important. It's like when I was the principal of the Dhamma school in Vancouver long time ago, we asked a double PhD Sri Lankan professor to teach. He wanted to come and teach in Dhamma. I said, go ahead. And every day he was teaching anger management. So because he learned about psychiatric aspects of meditation. So I don't know what happened to him. He had no other topic. So he was teaching anger management every Sunday. After 2-3 months, when students see him coming, oh, anger management, right? So he overheard this. He was very mad and angry, and he blasted at everybody, scolded everybody. How come you pick on me like this? And he stopped the class. He left the Dhamma school. So finally, it came down to us, and then we asked a couple of students what happened. They said, yeah, we were wrong, and we should not laugh at him. We are students, but he shouldn't have gone mad. He was teaching us anger management for almost 2.5 months, right? That means teacher has a teaching moment now, right? So that's why if someone is too much bothering with anger related things, mettā is the best. Other than that, anapanasati is a common experience. All right, I think with this we are going to end our Q&A. Now what's happening is that we are going to take a break 15 minutes, and then we are going to come back here, probably 2:50 here. 2:50, please come back for the Cāgānussati meditation. During this time, Brother Chuan will send you the transcript of the Cāgānussati meditation, so you can take a look. So let's get ready for the sitting meditation, but now we are taking time for the rest.